Hi and welcome to another gaming video, and in today's video I'm going to show you what happens when you put a Game Boy Color game into a Game Boy Pocket. So this is an original Game Boy game. It's grey, it will work on any model, and when you put this into a normal Game Boy, so I'm talking about the big fat original DMG, the power switch on an original Game Boy has a little sort of plastic notch that comes out, and it fits into here and holds the cartridge in place. You don't get that on a Pocket or a Color or a Light, so that's fine. You can plug those sort of games in. But if you plug one of these into an original Game Boy, because the little notch isn't cut out on the Color ones, you can't even switch it on an original Game Boy. But you can on a Pocket, because it doesn't, well, there's no little plastic piece that comes across. So this is a Game Boy Pocket, this is a Game Boy Color game. Now what happens when you switch it on? Because obviously it shouldn't be compatible. And like I said, if you've got an original DMG, it won't power on, so you don't have that. So let's have a look. So it's turned on and it's recognised the cartridge. And then you get a message. Now this game is called Keep the Balance. I haven't actually played it. Bought the game for this kind of video, and it says this game can only be played on a Game Boy Color with a picture of a Game Boy Color, and that is as far as you get. So it's quite interesting that they kind of put this non-backward compatible sort of error screen or information screen on Game Boy Color games. So if you did put them in a Game Boy Pocket, or somehow you managed to break the little plastic notch or tab on your original Game Boy so that you could physically switch it on, you'd probably get the same message. But there you go, that is what happens when you put a Game Boy Color game into a Game Boy Pocket. Like I said, if you were to put that in an original DMG Game Boy, you wouldn't even get that far, because you wouldn't be able to switch the switch across, because it doesn't have the notch, because you can see, look. So there you go, Game Boy Color game in a Game Boy Pocket. Link, like, subscribe, enjoy.